We're here at Planet World and they've invited me to pull in and come and try out one of their units. We'll be getting fitted today the OneNav media control center that's going to fit in the front of the vehicle and a smart reverse mirror in the Ranger. And I'll tell you why this is exciting is because, guys, when you fit the smart cap tray and canopy, you have zero visibility at the back, and with those cameras it's just going to make reversing and getting in and out of tight places when out there in the bush a hell of a lot easier. Gee whiskers. Firstly, I don't know if you've seen how much dust was behind the fascia panels. Secondly, I didn't realize all the fascia panels are essentially being pulled off. And thirdly, thank goodness Ray is on the case because I wouldn't even know where to start. All Ray reckons that was the easy part. My word, that honestly took, if I say 3 minutes to strip. That's what it took Ray. He reckons he's done about 100 Ford Rangers, so he's very fluent with the system. He basically knows where everything goes. And yeah, I don't know if this is a job someone should be trying to do on their own, that's for sure. Rather come to Planet World, OneNav, get it all sorted out and fitted here, because these guys know what they're doing. And yeah, I just cannot believe how quick that was. Gee whiskers, Ray, well done, my man. That's insane. Okay, so part of the gear they've asked me to test and I'm really excited about. It's going to be a completely new thing for the 4x4ventures Ford Ranger. We have the OneNav fascia unit, which is going to be a complete replacement unit to the standard 2.2 XL model. Small little fascia unit. Now that small little fascia unit, whilst good, just is a little bit old and outdated. So something that's more touchscreen orientated, something that can handle like CarPlay or Apple Play, Android Play, that sort of thing, live mapping, YouTube accessibility through the phone, all of those sorts of things are quite exciting for me. This unit here basically hooks up to your phone and you have access to all of that sort of stuff using data, obviously. We have the Smart Mirror, which is the rear reverse mirror. Now with the Ford Ranger and the tray and canopy, I have no visibility out the back, and nor do I have a camera. So this little unit here is going to change that for me, and I cannot wait to show you the kind of quality you get out of a smart mirror. The OneX, it's absolutely insane. We obviously have the OD, which is just a wiring system and harness that's going to fit everything, and I think it's got GPS in it. We have the TPMS, so we've got a TPMS system going in. Also quite keen to see how that works and how that plugs into the unit itself. We have the front fascia. The front fascia is a replacement to make the OneNav multimedia system fit inside and house it nicely into the fascia of the Ford Ranger. We have the OneX reverse camera, which is also quite nice. So this here will go to the back of the Ranger and it will plug into the smart mirror. And then we have the number plate holder for the front or rear, also with a camera that's going to allow me to be able to see both front and back. So the idea of this is we're going to have 3 cameras that are going to be fitted to the Ford Ranger. Yes, I know it might be a bit of overkill, but I tell you what, I think it's highly needed. One camera on the reverse is going to be high, one will be on the low, When you've got a train canopy, you want to try and protect the rear of the vehicle as much as you can. And I think with this solve and these units, I think this is going to happen. So, the OneNav Pro Series, a very welcome addition to the Ford Ranger and a good replacement to the old 2.2 XL's heads-up display unit that came with it, the small one. Now, if you had that unit, then you'll know and appreciate that introducing a touchscreen option with Apple CarPlay, Android CarPlay, and its own systems is a very welcome addition. Having the touch-sensitive screen, being able to access CarPlay, watch movies and listen to music, as well as having live Google Maps and being able to make phone calls hands-free, I think really does leave an impression on one. However, there are a couple of small issues. The first one is latency on touch to screen. So interactivity between hitting the pause button on music and maybe dragging around on the maps, it is a little bit delayed. Another small issue that I found is that the connectivity between the unit and the cell phone is not always the best. Sometimes I actually have to plug the cell phone in between a USB and the lightning port on the iPhone 13. Again, these are all things that I think can be sorted out in a future firmware update. A really great unit and one that I'm happy to use in the Ford Ranger. The preamp in this unit is also quite good. I would say it's mid to high tier range. The subwoofers have a little bit of distortion on the really low end, and the tweeters have a little bit of distortion on the really high end. But the mids sound absolutely fantastic. I think this though might be as a result of my speakers. Maybe time to get an upgrade on my speakers. But overall, a really solid unit. It keeps you company out there, and when I did my Namibian trip, it served its purpose. The OneNav Pro Series is a great addition to the Ford Ranger, and one I'm happy to use going forward. A massive thank you to Planet World and OneNav for allowing me to get to try, use and test one of their units out there overlanding, and hopefully a unit I can continue to go forward with.